All right, y'all, let's get a little purple in here. Oh my gosh, that kind of went everywhere. What's up, YouTube? It's Polkadog. Thanks so much for joining today. And it's not just purple today because the bubbly. I wanted to show you this beautiful card. Today, we're gonna try and figure out what grade this Lugia from EX Unseen Forces would get. And if you're new to the channel, remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, say something nice to somebody. Likes are super free, like really free, and it really helps the channel. All right, so grading is kind of one of those things that just comes with the hobby, comes with the Pokemon card collecting. Super fun. Probably my favorite part about it, maybe aside from sealed. Well, no, probably grading cards is like probably my favorite thing. So, this is a Scyther card. This is a CGC 9.5, and I'm showing you this to show you what grading companies look for in terms of giving a grade. So this Scyther card right here is a 9.5, awarded that from CGC, this is a nice card. CGC is pretty harsh, so a 9.5 is a pretty good grade. It's just about as good a grade as I'll probably ever get from CGC. But you can see you've got 4 different parameters. You've got yourself centering, you got surface, corners, and edges. All 4 of these are the pillars of what makes the grade. Every company's gonna weigh these categories out a little differently in terms of what gets you closer to 10. So I thought what we could do is just take a look at these 4 categories. I have some old rare cards. We're gonna look at them today and see what we think the grades might be. All right, so number 1 is this Lugia, which I did promise you at the beginning of the video. I really think that this has a nice shot out of 10. So this is a Lugia from Unseen Forces, as I said earlier. This was in one of those binder collections we bought, so check this out. These are pretty expensive. So if you don't know already, really all the EX series cards, they actually, if you have a reverse holo like this one is, the little, the rarity sign on the bottom of the star it gets holographic. It has a stamp right there. The borders get gold, that kind of thing. So this is a really nice card. And I think this one actually is really clean, so we'll put it back in its case, or in its sleeve. So I think that Lugia actually has a really nice shot out of 10. We'll definitely, we'll definitely send it in next time we send cards in, which should be kind of soon, because I think PSA just lowered their cost for the express submission, and so I would like to send this to PSA. I think that red label would look really nice on this card. All right, so a card that's a little bit more modern is this Gyarados EX from Breakpoint. If you don't know what Breakpoint is, it's an X and Y era set, absolutely wonderful set. And I wanted to show you this card because, it's a beautiful shiny Gyarados, which, if you don't remember shiny Gyarados from Gold and Silver, you used to see it, a red Gyarados in the lake, and you could catch it, and that was the first shiny Pokemon a lot of people caught. Well, anyway, this is a really cool card, but you see how the centering, so there's less border on the left than there is on the right. So this is something that I would look at and say, well, this is pretty poorly centered. If we look at the back, you'll also see it's pretty poorly centered. Maybe not quite as bad as the front, or maybe it's just easier to see the front. Otherwise, really nice card, but very off-centered. So like, if we're looking at the 4 grading pillars, you're gonna see the centering is one of the pillars, and I'm just calling them pillars because, I don't know, pillars sounds better than, I don't know, Ben Stillers. Yeah, so the centering is really bad on this one, so this would definitely not receive a 10. Centering on it is such that it wouldn't receive a 10. All right, so let's look at a couple other cards. This is an old Alligator from Expedition, and what I want to do here is look at the surface of this card. So if I just kind of shine the light on it a little bit, you'll see a little bit of like speckling there. And even if it's a factory thing, guys, any kind of speckling or inconsistency can count as a ding on the surface. Surface is the 2nd pillar. So you can see here, surface is the next thing we'll look at. So also on the surface of this card, let's take a look and see if we can find any bad things. Otherwise, looks pretty decent. Not a bad card. Definitely a little dot right there as well. But, this might be like one of those that I just kind of clean up and send in, hope for the best, hope for like an 8 or so. Kind of a neat one for the collection, so I don't mind. I'll take 8s all day. All right, so next up we have ourselves another example of some poor centering. This is also from Breakpoint. So you can see thicker border on the right, thinner border on the left, and also thinner border on the bottom and a thicker border on the top. Yeah, this card right here, definitely poorly centered, but still really cool card. Very beautiful. Espeon EX. All right, so the next thing we're gonna look at is corners and edges. Now, these cards right here, these are some of my, this is from my favorite set of all time, Neo Destiny. And these are 2 shining cards. And what I wanna look at here is the edges and just see what we think. So on the edges of this, you can see there's a little crease right there. A little crease. Otherwise, the other edges look pretty good. There's a little surface stuff going on. Sometimes when they cut the card, they clip too much of the card off, and that kind of gives it a box cut. Sometimes PSA will let that go if they see a lot of them, but other times they totally don't. So just be aware of that. Otherwise, really clean card. Probably send that one in and hope for a 9. And also to help us out here, a Neo Destiny Raichu. And this is going to be to show us the 4th, which is edges. So we took a look at centering, we took a look at surface, took a look at corners, and now we're gonna take a little look at the edges of this card. So if we take this guy out right here, a little rough around the edges, just like me. I'm a little rough around the edges. That's what my wife says anyways. All right, so this edge has a little white thing on it right there, which is one of the things you'll look for. The corners are also kind of rough on this one. So, I mean, this one also had like a surface thing going on. I'm trying to find it. Oh, right there in the tail, you can see a little like scratch or something. So that card right there, 8 maybe. 8 is probably maximum here on these shinings. And guys, that is it. The 4 pillars of grading and what I look for when I grade cards. This here is Scyther, and he's saying bye. He really wants you guys to know that he's gonna miss you, okay? He's gonna miss you a lot. So make sure to say bye to Scyther in the comments. That is all I have for you guys. Hey, also, make sure to check the description of this video to make sure and see if you won that check lane blister from our last video. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.